Well, g'day fishers, welcome back to another Port Stephens fishing report. Fishing's been red hot still. It's been amazing actually, some really good fishing around Port Stephens at the moment, whether you're fishing inside the bay or offshore for marlin and whatever else that's out there at the moment. It's been red hot, so I suggest you get out there and have a crack. The weekend this weekend looks sensational. Interclub starts this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I believe there's a sail past on Friday, but just check on that one. It's usually about 7:15 down on the breakwell if you want to watch the boats go out on Friday morning. Last weekend, billfish shootout, run and won. Well done to the crew, Scotty Thorrington and the crew on Freedom. Did really well. And also local boat Contagious taking out the blue marlin category, I should say. Not the big one, but the next one down, 205 kilos. So nice blue marlin there, that's for sure. Been a few blues around at the moment. So we'll begin with the bay, as we always do every week. The good news is there's a few pelagic species starting to turn up in the bay. Mostly bonito. So your standard bonito and also your Watson's leaping bonito. Now they're feeding on very small white bait, so don't cast too big a slug or metal or whatever into them. They're actually been using those small armors in the 5 to 11 gram range. They've been walking out the door this week, so that's what the bonito are feeding on. Don't need a big rod for it. If you've got a 2 to 4 kilo with a bit of 6 to 8, 10 pound braid, probably up the lead to about 15, because they've got smaller teeth there that can sort of chafe you off, and that's all you need to chase those bonito. Good fun on those 2 to 4 kilo rods, great fun. And don't be surprised if you're casting around something tries to eat them. Actually been some big kings in the bay. They've been swimming anywhere from the breakwater Nelson Bay right down to the Anchorage Marina there, all on the incoming tide. So that's the key to it, is you've got to fish that incoming tide with those bonito. They'll follow that good water up. Don't think we've had too much rain that it's going to affect the bay that much, but definitely that incoming tide, when that bait pushes in, that's when you'll find the bonito and a few tailor mixed in will move down in through the bay. And like I said, there's been a couple of big kings around, so be prepared for that. Some mulloway caught this week. I spoke to Dave Donovan. He got some really nice mulloway during the week, even caught one for his father, who is 83 years old. So well done on that that fish there down in the bay there. So some couple of mulloway hanging around at the moment, so definitely worth a shot. We're on those new moon tides, big tides this week, that's for sure. So those new moon tides, they're starting to wane now, which I reckon the fishing will be better once those tides back off a little bit. A few blue swimmers getting around, finally a few blue swimmers, so definitely worth a shot putting the pots in. Up Tilligary, usual places, over towards Tarlee, up over in Pindima Bay and also North Arm Cove there, worth a shot at the moment for a few blue swimmers. Good news is bream are still hitting surface lures. That water is warm, and great time hitting on target bream and also whiting on the surface lures. We've just got a big shipment of the sugar pens in at the moment, so definitely worth a shot on the whiting and bream over the flats on the surface lures. If you're keen on bait fishing, get some live worms. Still some really good sand whiting up in the shallows, but you've got to get right up in the shallows, incoming tide, up amongst the mangroves there. That's where those big whiting are going to hang at this time of year, especially from that Soldiers Point to Taylor's Beach area. If you're land-based, if you're in a boat, get over towards Pindima Bay there. All that area through there fishes really well. Jimmy's Beach would be worth a shot too. Good day out over at Jimmy's if you want to motor over in the boat and have a picnic on the beach and have a whiting fish at the same time, especially when there's a nor'easter blowing. Definitely worth a shot. So that's it in the bay. A couple of squid around Shoal Bay moorings have been a little bit hit and miss, but some guys catching them, some aren't. Key to it, fish a smaller jig, that's for sure. Now on the beaches, plenty of good whiting around. Nearly all the beaches, that water's come off a little bit, but this southerly should push some warm water back in, but definitely some good whiting around. You know, the likely areas such as the Spit up towards Fingal if you're in a nor'easter there, which is going to be this weekend. Get down into Samurai, and also obviously the corner there at Middle Rock fishes really well too, and then down Barubi Way. So beaches fishing well. Few good tailor around as well, especially that first light and last light. If you get a strip of salted bonito fillet, cast that out on first light, you'll find there'll be a few good tailor about on the beaches at the moment. A couple of bream getting around as well, which is a little bit early, but there are a few bream on the beaches at the moment. Off the rocks, it's about pelagic action this time of year. Haven't heard of any longtails at the moment, but I do know to the north there's been a couple around. Up towards that Foster area, there's been a couple of longtails caught up that way, so they won't be too far away. Some big kings around the rocks at the moment. I know guys that have been spinning for bonito have been finding big kings coming up and eating their bonito. So not everywhere, but there has been some really, really nice kings around. But like I said, plenty of bonito if you want to have a spin off the rocks. So pelagic action's just about to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a cobia around as well. And this weekend, especially sort of Friday, Saturday, as that swell starts to drop, be worth a shot for a snapper off the rocks, that's for sure. So rock fishing at the moment, any of those points, definitely spin up a few bonito at the moment. Moving on to the offshore scene. Plenty of good trag around, some really nice trag on most of the reefs at the moment. The inshore reefs, so from the big giver, 21, out of 21, out of V, into V, all the way back down to the tank mark there off Boat Harbour. So some really nice trag about at the moment. A few dewies mixed in with them as well. So if you're keen on that, you might find the odd dewie. Good old Ted McCoy, local Ted McCoy. He actually caught a really nice mulloway on a vibe. Slimy school, he's fishing a shallow reef, threw a vibe into the slimy school, hoping for a snapper. Ended up with a mulloway. So there you go. The inshore reefs are alive at the moment. There's been a couple of good cobia around. I know of one of 32 kilos caught. Absolute clanger of a cobia. And believe it or not, there has been the odd good snapper in the shallows. That water's gone a little bit greener, so which is good. If the clearer water, they don't like that little bit of tinge of green in it. The snapper will be feeding up under the bait there. And there's lots of baits on all the reefs, so definitely worth a shot there. Pelagic action, bonito. There's even actually been yellowfin. I was actually marlin fishing last week, not far from the heads, and actually got snipped off, which I think may have been a mackerel. So there you go. It's actually happened to a couple of guys now. So the odd mackerel getting around. So you never know what's going to happen. It's a bit hard to put some wire out when you're marlin fishing, that's for sure. Speaking of which, there has been a good black marlin bite on the inshore, but it has waned a little bit. That water rolled with the northerly. As expected, and they did slow up a little bit, and that new moon with those big tides always slows it up, but this southerly might push them back in. We'll soon find out with the Interclub this weekend, but it's just been an extraordinary run of black marlin, that's for sure, on the inshore, and I think it will continue. We'll just got to wait for a fresh lot of fish to move in, and hopefully the shelf will fire up. Like I said, there has been some good blue marlin on the shelf there, and I think that'll fire up as we move into March and April, and let's hope we get a striped marlin bite on the shelf. So plenty of black marlin around. You just got to work for them a little bit, I reckon, at the moment, but definitely worth a shot. But don't forget, there are going to be a lot of boats on the water with the Interclub this weekend. So there we go. That's it for this week. Enjoy your weekend. It's going to be an absolute cracker. We're going to have fresh bait, live worms, the whole lot this weekend. So if you're not interested in the marlin, there's definitely other species to catch. Anyway, talk to you next week.